Hello friends, welcome to Abinasia's Recipes, formerly Stasia's Recipes. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today on the menu is beef shepherd's pie, and the main ingredient will be our ground beef and potatoes. Let's start cooking. I'll begin by peeling my potatoes, cut it in cubes, and then bring it to a boil. Beef shepherd's pie is a British traditional dish, a very comforting food. Just potatoes and meat. But guys, you'd be surprised all that is in this delicious beef shepherd's pie. So I'm cutting my potatoes evenly so that everything cooks perfectly. My potatoes is cut. I actually washed it before adding water to bring it to a boil. So yes, you have that option to do that. So I've added my water and I'll cover to let it boil for about 12 minutes. So in a pot, I added about a tablespoon of oil. You can use olive oil, any type of oil of your choice. And I have my red onions all cut up. I'll saute this for about 2 minutes and then add my ground beef. You can use lamb for this beef shepherd's pie. Yes, so I have about 1.5 pounds of ground beef, and my beef is 90% lean, 10% fat. So yeah, you can also use a 80% lean and 20% fat. I'm giving it a mix. I'll then go ahead and add my salt, pepper, dried rosemary, thyme, and dried parsley. I'll put everything in at once and give it a mix. Beef shepherd's pie is one of my family's favorite dish, especially my kids. So I'm excited to share this recipe with you. So I've cooked my meat for about 5 minutes and I'm giving it a stir. And without wasting time, I'll go ahead and add my garlic. You can also mince your garlic or blend your garlic. That's totally fine and it's up to you, but I actually cut mine into small pieces, meaning I chopped my garlic. All right, so I have here my Worcestershire sauce. This sauce name is so hard to pronounce, but I think I got it. Worcestershire, yes. All right, guys, so I'm adding a tablespoon of that, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. And I'm giving it a mix. I'll then go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. And we want to make sure that everything is mixed in together very, very well. I'll then go ahead and add a tablespoon of all-purpose flour and we'll give it a mix. And you want to make sure that everything mixes in very well before adding the next ingredient. All right, so I have my beef stock here. This is my homemade beef stock here. I'll be sharing this recipe maybe sometime. Yes, so that's my homemade beef stock. You can also use chicken stock to make this recipe. And that was about 1/2 cup or a cup of it. I'm gonna definitely list all the ingredients in the description. And then I'm just letting it cook for about 3 minutes. and we're adding our mixed vegetables, and these vegetables were frozen vegetables and they're already cooked. Yes, so once that goes in, you give it a mix. And our sauce is almost done, or our ground beef is almost done. Yes, look at it, it's looking good already. And it is left for us to just leave it to simmer for about 5 minutes. Once it simmers for about 2 to 3 minutes, you want to give it a stir because you do not want the bottom to burn. I mean, that pan is a non-stick pan, and I know the bottom won't burn, but yes, you still want to mix it up a little bit. All right, so this is our last simmer, and I'm simmering it for 3 minutes, and our sauce or our meat is done. Now I'm checking my potatoes. My potatoes is done, guys. You always want to make sure that it is well done and cooked. And I'm draining my potatoes, draining the water off the potatoes. In the same pot, I have my potato masher, and I'm using it to mash my potatoes. I'll be adding about 6 tablespoons of butter. 6 tablespoons of butter. That is 8 tablespoons. So I'll put 6 tablespoons of butter in my potatoes, and I'll keep that cube to I'll be melting it later on to drizzle on my potatoes. So yes, we have our butter in, and my butter is salted butter. So I will not be adding too much salt to my mashed potatoes. And you want to give it a nice mix. Make sure everything is well mixed in, and that is my pepper. I have about a teaspoon of pepper. And that's my salt. I think that was a half a teaspoon of salt. And you want to give it a nice mix. I was supposed to add my milk before all the salt and pepper, but it's totally fine because everything is still going to be mixed in very well. And I have a teaspoon of garlic powder. It really makes the potatoes smells really delicious. And I'm adding my Parmesan cheese. Yes, guys, Parmesan cheese is added to my potatoes, and you will see what it's gonna do to that shepherd's pie. It really makes it delicious. And I'm now adding my milk. All right, so I'll go ahead and mash everything in very well, and my potatoes is mashed potatoes. All right, guys, so I'm now transferring my meat into a casserole dish, and I'm making sure that everything is spread out very well and evenly in the bottom of my casserole dish. And I'll be scooping my potatoes, my mashed potatoes, on top of my meat. Yes, that's how we make beef shepherd's pie. So all the potatoes, you have to make sure that you have enough potatoes to cover the whole casserole dish. I'll then use my silicone spoon to spread everything on top, to spread my mashed potatoes very well on top of my ground beef. And as you can see, that's exactly what I'm doing. And I'll make sure that it's covered very, very well and beautifully, guys. Please comment down below and tell me how I'm doing, guys. Thank you so much. All right, so you just have to take your time to spread everything very, very well. All right, so we'll then go ahead and drizzle our butter on top of the potatoes. And look at that. Delicious, guys. This is one recipe everyone must try. Kids love it. My kids really love this beef shepherd's pie. And I'm gonna bake it for 400 degrees for 35 minutes. And guys, look at my beef shepherd's pie. I'm actually garnishing it with some dry parsley, and I'm about to have my peas. And you want to make sure that it cools down before you serve. I really couldn't wait. I could not wait, guys. So I'm just gonna go ahead to serve myself, and by the time the kids come back from school, everything will be cooled down and I can easily get the potatoes out of the casserole dish. And look at how beautiful and delicious this meal is. Guys, it is so comforting. It is delicious. The flavors are amazing. I hope you try this recipe. Thank you so much. Please subscribe, like, comment, and hit that notification bell. So anytime I upload a video, you will be notified. God bless you and keep you.